Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video I will be going over what I deem to be the best armor sets, pets, swords, bows, etc. for 3 different categories in Hypixel SKYBLOCK. So the categories we're covering today are combat, farming and mining. Probably the 3 biggest categories in SKYBLOCK. We will be starting off, however, with some overall stuff that will be used on every single category, and please ignore if you can, ignore the terrible parkour spiral gameplay in the background. Thank you. First off, the overall section. This section will literally just be pets, because pets is the only category of anything that is the same throughout all of the other categories. So for the best set in the game, we're going to need the owl, spirit, parrot, kudra, grandma wolf and bingo pets. So this is the stats or the effects that you get from the owl pet. It's cheaper to train pets, makes them more efficient and grants passive taming wisdom. And then the spirit pet gives bonus abilities in dungeons, so penalty reduced by 1, cooldown of ghost abilities is reduced, and speed and intelligence boosts. Then the parrot it gives intimidation accessories a boost, which I don't have any of, boost potions, and gives strength, and this happens while in your pet menu, which is the one thing all these pets have in common. The kudra gives basically increased odds of a few different things: crimson essence, trophy fish chance, vanquishers, mining fortune increase, and increases damage to kudra and minions. Then the grandma wolf gives bonuses when you get a kill combo, up to 30 kill combos, but it only lasts so long, as kill combos do. And then the kudra, it increases a lot of different stats. Strength, crit chance, health, potion effects, coins, and so on. And the one thing all of those pets have in common, that wasn't the kudra, the last one, that was bingo. The one thing they all have in common is that they all give their effects while in the pet menu and not equipped. Moving on to the combat section, we're going to start off with the armor set required for the setup. This is not just the armor, I'm including equipment in armor sets. So for us to start with, we are going to need the crimson armor with the legendary rift necklace, annihilation cloak, black belt and flaming fists. Every single piece of this armor will then require one of 2 things: the rare diamond or the giant's tooth. And all 4 pieces will also require the Art of Peace book applied to them. The armour, Flaming Fists and Black Belt will then need to have all of their stars upgraded. So using Crimson Essence, they will need to max out how many stars they can get and then have the 5 Master Stars applied to them so that they can hit their maximum potential. The 4 equipment pieces will then need the Blaze Wax reforge applied to them. All the armour will then need recombulating using a recombulator 3000, and then the armour itself will need, between the 4 pieces of equipment, 40 hot potato bucks and 20 fuming potato bucks applied to it, which will increase its stats. Now for the sword, we're going to be using the Valkyrie sword, as it is the best sword in my opinion, because I am not very good with abilities, I'm just sticking to stats here. And it needs to be reforged with the Witherblood reforge. It needs 2 Jasper gemstones. It then needs to be recombulated, have the Art of War applied, as well as, I believe, 10 hot potato bucks and 5 fuming potato bucks. So bring it to its maximum potential. Moving on to the bow now, we are going to be using the Terminator bow, as it is the best bow in the game. Lots of people agree on this. It's quite obviously the best. And we're going to be using the optical lens reforge on it, recombulating it, applying the Art of War, hot potato bucks, fuming potato bucks, and then we're going to need to use Dragon Essence to essence craft it this time. Get it to its maximum and then use, of course, again, the 5 different types of Master Star to help it reach its top damage. Now I know I said that pets stayed the same throughout, but that was just for the pets that I was talking about at the start. Now that we're in the combat section, we can actually talk about a pet that will be used instead of just left in the pet menu. So we are going to be using the Golden Dragon pet, which is the best combat pet in the game. It can go to level 200 instead of level 100 like the other pets can. And we are going to be using the Gold Claw pet item with it, which will increase its crit chance and crit damage by 50%. I think by now you know the drill, so we are going to be using the Helianthus armor for this because it gives the biggest bonus to farming stats. We are going to be giving it the Overgrown Grass reforge, and we are going to be equipping it with 2 Perfect Peridots gemstones and recombulating it. However, we are also going to be using the Blossom set, so the Blossom necklace, cloak, belt and bracelet, alongside the Zorro's cape, which is a cloak, which we will swap out when it comes to Jacob's contests. Each of those will be reforged using the Burrowing Spores reforge and recombulated. The tools required for the farming setup are actually quite extensive. there are 9 different hoes and 3 different axes. And it's basically all the ones that have a Mark 1, Mark 2 and Mark 3 version. And it's just the Mark 3s. The reason there are so many is because the different ones focus on different crops, but they're also the best ones for their individual crops. So I've had to go with all of them. We are going to equip them with, between all 12, 48 perfect peridot gemstones. We are going to have all of them recombulated. Reforge them all with blessed fruit. Apply 5 farming for dummies to each of them. Apply 10 overclock of 3000s to each of them. And that should bring them to their optimal performance level. Now the pets required for this section of the for the farming section are a bit extensive. So for a start, you're going to need the Rose Dragon pet with the green bandana item. This will be your equipped pet when you're farming. You will also need the bee, mushroom, chicken, elephant, hedgehog, mosquito, pig, rabbit and slug pets, as having each of them at level 100 will give a boost to the Rose Dragon's effects, even if you don't have them equipped. So it'll make them a lot more powerful. Moving on to the mining section, we're going to start with the armor set again. So we are going to be needing the Divan's armor with the Pendant of Divan, Sapphire Cloak, Jade Belt and Dwarven Hand Warmers. The Divan's armor will need to be reforged with the Jaderold reforge. It will need 3 per category, and then we are going to go over all the enchants needed for all of these categories. Basically the enchants we need to put on all the armor, tools, weapons, etc. And yeah, so sorry, extension to the video. Hope you enjoy. Moving on to fishing, the armor set we will be using is the Magma Lord armor, alongside the Prismarine necklace and the Gill Splash cloak, belt and gloves. The Magma Lord armor will be given the Frozen Baubles reforge. It will be equipped with 2 Sapphire gemstones and 2 Aquamarine gemstones. The Prismarine necklace, Gill Splash cloak, belt and gloves will be given the Terry Snow Globe reforge and recombulated, and the armor will also be recombulated. We're going to be using 2 fishing rods for this setup. We're going to be using the Rod of the Sea for regular water fishing, and the Hellfire Rod for lava fishing. Both of them will need to have the Hotspot hook equipped. Both of them will need the Pitching Koi reforge. Both of them will have 2 perfect Aquamarine gemstones. Both of them will use the Speedy Line. Both of them will use the Stingy Sinker. However, the Hellfire Rod can be upgraded with Crimson Essence, so it will use that and of course the 5 Master Stars. There is only one pet required for fishing, and it is the Ammonite, which is also required to be holding the edible seaweed item, and that should increase your fishing abilities to the maximum of any pet. It's not much. Now moving on to the foraging section, the armor set we are going to be using is the Fig armor, alongside the Mangrove Locket, Vine and Grippers, and David's Cloak. The Fig armor will need the Mangrove Gem reforge, and each piece will need the Foraging Fortune booster, and we need 1 perfect Citrine gemstone. The equipments will need a sweep booster each, and all of it will need to be recombulated. In this scenario, there is no reforge worth putting on the equipment, so I haven't put one on. The tool we are going to be using here is the Figstone Splitter, which will be reforged using the Moonglade Jewel. We'll have a Foraging Fortune booster applied, with 2 perfect Citrine gemstones, and it will be essence crafted using Forest Essence, and of course the Master Stars, and then recombulated. The pets for foraging are once again not very simple. So for your equipped pet, you'll want the level 200 Jade Dragon with a minus relic equipped to it. And then in your pet menu, you will want the Frog, Giraffe, Lion, Monkey and Ocelot all maxed out, because having them maxed out gives a boost to the Jade Dragon, which in turn gives you a boost to your revenue on foraging. We're now pretty much at the end of the video. There are just 3 more things to talk about. First of all, enchantments. I have gone through and put on each of them the best possible enchantments. This will be in the Excel spreadsheet linked in the description, as will the accessories, which is quite an extensive list. I believe it's 149 unique accessories that will require 146 recombulators, 5 crit chance enrichments, 5 speed enrichments, 4 intelligence enrichments, 5 crit damage enrichments, 5 strength enrichments, 5 defense enrichments, 5 health enrichments, 4 magic find enrichments, 5 ferocity enrichments, 5 sea creature chance enrichments, and 5 bonus attack speed enrichments. And then the final thing is attributes. There are 5 different types of attributes: common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary. Common attributes will require 96 shards. We will need almost all attributes. There are only 3 that I took out because they're specific to weapons and armor that are not used in any of the setups, so they're not necessary. Yeah, the commons require 96 shards to fully upgrade. The uncommons require 64 shards. The rares require 48 shards. Epics require 32 shards. And legendaries require 24 shards. And with that, everything that I have gone through today is on the Excel spreadsheet that I have linked in the description. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I guess see you in the next one. Bye!